Okay, when you're ready, come up for me so that you're in seated. You're going to bring your bottoms to the fronts of the mat. And we're going to work just a few rollbacks, not too many, we're just warming up. And then we'll come onto the mat and continue with some toe taps and tabletop legs. So feet flat on the floor in front of you, line them up with your hip bones, lengthen nice and tall through your spine, and you're finding your sitting bones on the mat so that you can feel them. Come into pelvic roll for me. So just a tiny movement, roll off of the sit bone, stop when you feel your tailbone, and then come back and lengthen through the spine. And again, roll it back, not too far. Lengthen as you return. Take a breath out. Breathe in as you lengthen. You can hold on to the backs of the legs if you want some support, or bring both arms out in front of you. With just a tiny movement as you warm up through the lower back and the abdominals, draw those down flat. So the abdominals should be switched on now. Pulling that tummy button towards the spine as you come into your roll back or pelvic roll. Increase the movement now if you want to. So take it back a bit further, maybe halfway. Back of the pelvis just starting to touch the mat. And then lengthen at the top. Exhale, pull that tummy button in. Hip bone to hip bone. And back you come. Breathe out. Breath in at the top. Find your C curve. Look down, chin to chest. Tuck. Lengthen. Tuck. Lengthen up. Last two. Round the spine. Last one. And bring it back for me. Okay, you have options here. So options for positioning. You're either going to work with me, bringing both elbows onto the mat. So you take the elbows underneath the shoulders and you bring your hands close towards the hips or your pelvis. So just slot them in behind the pelvis or behind your hip bones and your feet are flat on the mat. We're going to work from this position, chest lifted, and you'll be in neutral. If you know that that's not going to work for you, if you have any shoulder issues, or you know it's just not going to be comfy for you, then you can come onto the mat and work how we usually work, which is from supine or on your back. So this option is for less of a challenge. If you want more of a challenge, then you're coming up onto the elbows for me. Okay, so pick your positions. So elbows, back, stacked underneath the shoulders, hands, bring them in just behind the pelvis. Going to lift your chest and bring your pelvis into neutral. As we get tired and work through the exercise, that chest is going to start to collapse towards the mat. So I'm going to keep reminding you it's chest up, okay? So we're not looking for a rounded spine. From here into tabletop, so if you're on the mat, on your back or in your elbows, it's exactly the same. Bring one leg into tabletop position and then place it back down again. Change legs and release. Keeping that chest up and bring it back. So just a gentle movement for now, warming up as always. Keeping that centre switched on. So keeping hold of the abdominals. You're just lightly touching the mat with those feet. So try not to press down to steady yourselves. Or you can work with the heels lifted if you prefer. Breathing out, breath in. Don't work it through too quickly. Slow it down, it's controlled movement. So you're welcome to stay with these if that's where you're happy. If you're coming with me, it's both legs into tabletop. Your knees stay hip width apart, so knees aren't together. Toe taps from here, so lower one foot towards the mat, tap with the toe, back to your tabletop, change feet, and then back up. Tap and release. Tap, release off. If that's too much and you want to come onto the mat, you can do that. Lift your chest for me. If you're on your elbows, don't collapse through your chest. Slow it down. Count to 3 as you take the foot to the mat. And then 3 as you come back. So 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Breathing out. Breath in. Exhale. Inhale. Come into leg extensions if you want to. Breathe out. Breath in. The lower you take that leg towards the mat, the harder your core work. We're not actually touching the mat at all. If you need to make the movement easier, take the foot higher towards the ceiling instead. Really starting to feel those hip flexors kicking in now. Just squeeze those abdominals and lift your chest. Breathe out. Breath in, straight spine. Either stay here or come into double toe taps. Lift and lower. Breathe in, breathe out. Lift that chest up. Slow it down if you can. Good, last 3. 2. Last 1. Release to the mat for me. Well done. Bring your knees in towards your chest. Gentle sway from side to side. Releasing off. Well, let's release those hip flexors as well. Bring the soles of your feet together. Bring those heels in towards your bottom. Really open out through the inner thighs. And release for me. Okay, we're going to roll over on one side. Stretch out nice and long on your mat for me. And rest your head. So you've either got outstretched arm, if that's comfortable for you, resting the head there, or you take the hands to the back of the neck, cradle the head instead, if that feels a bit more comfy. Okay, both legs are extended. Really lengthen away. We're going to work through the adductors and into the waist now. So obliques and transverse abdominals. I want you to switch on your center, so it feels like you lift the abdominals and pull them in. So tummy button drawing towards the spine. From here, if you need to take the top hand in front of you, take it there for support, or it's just rested on the hip, or any way you like. Okay, we're going to bring the top leg up. Bottom leg joins it. Big, big squeeze. Bring the knees and the feet together. Release the bottom leg. Release the top leg. So we're just going to start off small movements and then build up from here. So coming up, squeeze the legs together, release, release. You should start to be able to feel that through the waist as you lift both legs off. And I want you to start to work through the adductors. So squeeze your thighs together as you bring those legs to meet each other. Breathe in, breathe out, inhale and exhale. So you can stay here, of course, and continue with those. If you're coming with me, we're going to leave the top leg up there now. Don't have it so high that you're going to make it really difficult for yourself. So keep it in line with the hip bone or just higher. And you're just going to bring that top leg up to meet it. And then release the bottom leg. Top leg stays where it is. We're working just the bottom leg now. Much more of a challenge for the waist and for those inner thighs. Breathe out, breath in. If you can bring the heels together, then great. If not, just find somewhere that works for you. Squeeze, release, squeeze, release. Either continue here or you're going to take that top leg higher. Okay, from here you're going to float the bottom leg just off. This top leg is not going to move. So don't have it so high that you're making it impossible. So find somewhere you're comfortable. You're going to work leg circles with the lower leg. So working through the adductors. So really squeeze through your inner thigh. Top leg nice and still. That's a lot stronger through those waist muscles and through the adductors themselves. If it's too much, you can bring that top leg back, just coming into working the bottom leg, or take it back to just working single legs one at a time if you need to. Come back round the other way. And that top leg just staying up there. Squeeze those inner thighs. Inner thighs should be burning. Last one. Good. Bring it back for me. Well done. Knees, draw them in towards your chest and take a breath there. Okay, push up and switch around when you're ready. Or just roll over, it's up to you. And you're stretching out nice and long. Rest your head, however is comfortable for you. Both legs are extended. And you're switching on through the centre. So lift the abdominals, draw in for me. Top leg coming up, bottom leg joins it, big squeeze. Release just the bottom leg and then the top leg. Lift, squeeze, release one at a time. Think about the muscles that we're trying to work here. So switch on through the waist, switch on through your inner thighs. Breathing it through. Inhale, exhale, breathe in, breathe out. Either stay here or you're going to keep the top leg up and still. Just working the bottom leg now. No more of a challenge if you want it. Breathe out, breath in. Squeeze those inner thighs. Good. Either stay here or you're taking that top leg up for me and you hold in your position so top leg doesn't move. Float the bottom leg just off. You can take the hand in front if you want it for support. Work your leg circles from here. You can make them as small or as big as you want to. Keep that top leg as still as you can. Squeeze your inner thighs. They're working really strongly now. Come back around the other way, change direction. Strong centre, breathe it through. Last one. And then bring it back to the mat for me. Well done. Bring your knees in towards your chest. Take a breath there. In through the nose, out through the mouth.